Welcome back everyone. You're watching the training week from September 9th, where the weekly focus was to try and tick off that stoop half above 45 on high bar. And I didn't want that P-bar sequence to be a one-off, so I did my best to maintain those first three skills on P-bar this week. I was quite excited about that whole sequence. If you're new here, this is a video diary I've been keeping for around the last 4 years, where you can watch literally every turn I've taken on the equipment and see my build-ups for international competitions like World Cups, World Championships, 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games, as well as more smaller minor competitions within New Zealand. So this was week 3 of proper training, which means it was the final hard week of this kind of 4-week cycle. So at this point, the September 9 goals are pretty much almost checked off, and I think there was only 3 left remaining. So there was the second half on floor and the double twist punch front on floor. Those are likely gonna have to wait just because of me messing up my knee a couple weeks before this. I only just started doing a little bit of back rotation tumbling in this week. The other one was hopping to one arm on P-bar towards that Gatson, which I didn't think would take so long, considering I did the entire Gatson about a year ago on some metal bars in Hawaii outside. I thought I'd come back to it faster, but unfortunately not. So those things are going to take time. Now over there you saw the first kind of proper try at a Jäger. So it was mostly laid out, a bit of pike at the end, but quite promising. So I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but I did talk to our international judge Gareth, and I brought up whether or not you can start your routine on high bar from an upstart and go directly into a Jäger. So if you watch Daniel Lever's high bar from I think actually throughout his entire career, he started with an upstart stoop full, but he didn't do a giant before the stoop full. So he did the leg lift, the kickback, the shoot up towards handstand, and then he did the stoop full. And I thought, well, maybe you can start like that on a Jäger. And the reasoning there being, I won't have to do Jäger from a giant, right? Because doing Jäger from a giant and then doing Gaylords from giants, you're kind of doing a very similar tap, and it's going to be easy to get the timing mixed up and do something horrible and either take the Jäger too late and land on the bar, or do the Gaylord too early and land on the bar. So here, going from a more or less handstand might help to keep those two release timings a bit more separate. And Gareth confirmed that you can start like that. So I'm about to start a whole new trend and see if I can get these Jägers just from the upstart. Of course, then you're going to have to endo out of it, but that's something I can save for later. I haven't done any endo work yet since my operation. So this week we're back on the world clips of the week, on the high bar clips of the week, gym high bar clips of the week, sorry. Well, now that kick out right there, look at that nod of approval there. That kick out was exactly what I'm after. So I thought I'd do it again and catch it, but somehow the whole rest of the week I wasn't able to mimic or to repeat that kick out. And I've been spazzing a bit too much lately, fam. Too many spazzes, not enough focus. Okay, yeah, so pike Gaylord, at least at this stage I've done one with my ideal kick out, and I'm sure that eventually in these next coming weeks I'll be able to make that kick out a little bit more consistent. Speaking of high bar, so I'm gonna take this little road to catch them all like Pokemon with the releases a bit more seriously. So I've actually started making a video of every single release in the code of points, and I think the first kind of milestone towards making a video is going to be just to outline all the releases and, you know, talk about what might be possible, what's a little bit out of reach, and, you know, get videos of all the releases so we can see what they all look like. So I beat the 10 single pommel circles goal by 2. You know, some of these goals I've only done once. So like the open double back I've only done once, and it was very iffy. I barely put it on my feet on P-bar. Open meaning without tucking, just without holding your legs, better said. So I'm gonna have to do, you know, more maintenance to make sure that those skills are more consistent and that I can do them all the time in all my training sessions rather than just one off. So gym high bar clips of the week. Let's see what we got today. We're starting with a Wallstrom to ghost mode through the bar. I love ghost mode, always happens unexpectedly. And then we had double twisting catch-ups. How many in a row we got today? The goal is 10 of anything. I still haven't done 10 of anything, but here we're sitting at 4, pretty much catching in handstand on that one. 5, and looks like we're missing the 6, but a pretty promising turn. So yeah, I've started making a video detailing all the releases, starting with a picture from the code of points of each one, followed by a video. I've tried my best where I could to find the original clips, so of the creator of each release, but there are some funny ones that you've never seen before. Like one that comes to mind is like a backer prize, and then you straddle cut in front of the bar, and you have to catch in dorsal. So if I'm going to journey towards doing all of them, I'm going to have to do things like that. I'm going to have to do things like catch-ev from dorsal, and you know, dorsal is a biggie on the shoulders. So I'll describe all those releases in the video that I'm working on. It's probably going to take some time, but I'm excited about the whole project. All right, where are we sitting? This looks like a Friday. So again, I had to take Thursday off. I forget why, but looks like I'm gearing up for another P-bar sequence. A bit of slack form, but you know, I'm saving it for the big one. So because it was breakdancing, because it was the third week, the last hard week before a very light week, I think on this day I tried actually 2 sequences on P-bar, and in the second one, as you saw in the weekly highlights, beside that proper Jäger tap, in the second one I added an extra peach handstand. So that totals 4 skills, which we're about to see shortly. So Homma 1, peach to 1 bar 2, Healy 3. Didn't swing out very nice out of that Healy, so I decided to go again. And of course 4 skills is a entire completed first half by the next you know, the next cycle's rules, where you only need 8 skills. Had to fight it there, had to save it. Pretty sure I swung out clean, which is always good. And then I was like, you know what, let's add another one, and I did a crappy little peach, but hey, that's 4 skills in one turn, first half, and the flex to Coach Paul over there. So I moved on to some Gatsons after that. But yeah, 4 skills, you know. So after that, I guess, you know, you're gonna have a dismount, so that's gonna be 5 total, which gives me another 3. When my underbar comes back, we'll go giant D-arm and giant, and that leaves me with 1 more skill, and that skill would be Gatson. So that could be the routine right there. That's you know, there's a Healy that I could do as well, just a regular Healy, but giants and Healy, it's going to be worth the same thing, so at this stage I'll probably pick giant. Trying to get that chest up on the open double backs. It's looking better, putting him at. So of course I didn't do any more over hard because my knee was just destroyed from the other week. couple of pike gaylords, caught one. Definitely not that kick out that you saw from the Tuesday, but pretty decent. Then on Saturday I decided to start on high bar, and yeah, I just had way too much juice, could not catch a single one, but threw 4 in one day, and I think I've only thrown 4 gaylords once since the operation. So, you know, it was the last training day of the last hard week, so I sent it hard. Like we talked about, I'm putting more energy into that Kovacs tap, yanking the bar a little bit harder, trying to get myself prepared for these Kovacses. Alright, stoop half. You know what? I'm gonna give that tick. So stoop half, 245 or above 45. Let's take a look here. I'll let you guys be the judge. So 45 degrees away from handstand. I feel like that was about 45. The shoulder is a little bit closed, but I thought I'd tick it off. Especially, I never said anything in the goal about like keeping my legs together, and I know that I've done a couple with my legs apart that were pretty much to handstand, and the best one you'll see today. I went directly to handstand, but the legs were just in that splits again. But yeah, touched 4 out of 4 here. Pretty sure touched 4 out of 4. Yeah, and another spaz. Stop spazzing, dude. Stop spazzing. That was about 45, probably slightly below. So with the stoop half ticked off, that leaves us with very little to go. There you go. So that is handstand. That's handstand. But yeah, that with the legs together, please. Working on it. So it's progressing. It's going really slow. It's progressing really slow, but it's definitely progressing. So I'm going to keep at it. Now that one was another one with probably about 45. I think I did a slow-mo over it as well. Nice and high little flying giant there. So yeah, surely that's 45. You'll have to pause when the hand comes on the bar. But so high bar now, all of them are ticked off. Pommel is all ticked off. Just a hop quarter to one arm left on P bar, and a couple left on floor. Double twist front tuck and the second half. So, you know, I'm left with pretty much one training day. It's the today is the 14th. No, today's the 15th, sorry. No, it's not. Wait, September 9th. So today is the 18th. So tomorrow is the 19th. So I'm left with you know, pretty much one training day. You know, I'm not going to risk it, but if the knee feels all right, I might risk it. We'll see how we go. All right, world clips of the week. So like I promised last week, we're gonna analyze a few round-offs. Harry Hepworth, Jake Jarman, and Minami Kazuki. What these guys have in common is they do a Kazamatsu style. So they round off one way, then they twist the opposite way. If you ever get confused about round off direction, just look at which way the stomach goes in relation to the hurdle. So Harry's stomach goes, I believe, to the right, then he twists to the left. The second thing you notice is the really wide arms. So Harry reaches with his second arm way below his body. This right here is just next level. Couple of steps, round off 3.5 for the side. That's just next level leg power. But you notice that second arm going way down below his body. We'll take a look at Jake Jarman because he does something interesting with his opposite arm. But yeah, so really wide second hand, and I think what that does is it leaves the shoulders in front, allowing you to get a good block. My problem after watching these, I discovered, was that I'm putting my hands quite close together. Then after I snap down from that position, my shoulders are already behind me, which is why I don't get a nice short and high backflip. But with the wide second hand, you can leave your shoulders in front and get a good block. So Jake is like pretty much in a wide arm handstand. Now look at this left arm. He swings it down and back. He swings it down and back, and then he follows through with his right. Does Minami do the same? Nice and wide. He twists the opposite. Yes. So Minami twists the opposite. So he goes right arm down and back, and then follows through with his left. So a couple of things there to look at. A couple of things I might experiment with in my training week. Thanks for watching. All the best. Till next time.